Good morning, Spiritual Life Center. Welcome to the SLC Sunday Experience. We're so glad that you're here with us today. We want you to know your soul is welcome here. We've got David Mormon with us today and Larry, and John Gardner on the drums.
is welcome here. My soul 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 is welcome here. Your soul, my soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
Good morning, SLC. And aren't you glad you're here today? Good morning, Reverend Deborah.
Good morning, Reverend Rick. It's good to see you. We greet you this morning in the name of all that is good, all that is holy, and all that is sacred, and in the warm and loving energy of this community, Spiritual Life Center. Spiritual Life Center honors all people worshiping in temples, mosques, churches, stone circles, and of course the beautiful temples of nature, because we know there is no space that God does not grace. And if you're with us for the very first time today, whether you're watching us online or here with us in person, we especially want to welcome you because we know that you are not here by accident. We know that every single one of us is here by divine appointment. And we're always just so glad and grateful to have everyone here and everyone online, and that gratitude extends to silencing your electronic devices, and please refrain from flash photography during the service.
Well, aren't I happy for several reasons? One of them is that my fiance Peg is here visiting. Peg, stand. You can stand. Come on. This is just for a visit, but she'll be back permanently, and then we're hoping this spring to go to the chapel. And we're going to go. Well, today's daily word is worthy. And I don't know about you, when for worthy, what comes to my mind is Wayne's World, if you remember, with Mike Myers and Dana Carvey. Yeah, we're not worthy. But what I remember, what was really neat, one time they set Bruce Springsteen up. He was the host that week, and so they didn't tell Bruce. He came out and say, "Hi, I'm Bruce Springsteen. I'm going to be hosting Saturday Night Live." And Carvey and Myers came out at Wayne's World, and they bowed it as, "Oh, we're really not worthy. We're really not worthy." Well, worthy, and I think the daily word hits it on the head. All people are worthy as children of God. And that's important to remember. It can be easy to look at others and see differences, the things that tend to keep us separate. I may even make judgments about their worthiness, but each person is so much more than their appearance, habits, and histories. Today, I commit to treating others as I would want them to treat me, as divine beings they are. I look beyond appearances, put aside any judgments, and open my heart to others. I will treat all others as individuations of the divine and beloved members of the human family. As I do this, I feel differences and separation fall away. I behold our similarities and feel a new kind of kinship, one born of respect and acceptance. All people are one in God, and each is worthy of inclusion and belonging. And from Paul's letter to the Romans, we read, "It is the very Spirit bearing witness with our spirit that we are children of God." Today's daily word truly is worthy. Dear Spirit, help us to remember when filled with shame or blame, or not being worthy, that we truly are one with the One, that we are one with the Most High. We are not dogs at the table thinking maybe Master is going to throw us a scrap or two, but we are full family members with all the rights and responsibilities there too. Help us also to remember, to whom much has been given, much is required. Thank you for this wonderful fall harvest season. for our many blessings, and for SLC, this wonderful spiritual city on a hill with such a powerful and timely message, not just for Sacramento, but for the world beyond. And for this and so much more, we say thank you and amen and amen. These words which we're about to say, our mission statements, are a reminder of who we are here to be. Let's say it together. To transform lives, to make a positive difference in the world as we love, serve, and remember. And we also say those really positive and powerful unity principles. God is absolute good and everywhere present. People are inherently good. Thoughts create our experiences. Prayer and meditation are how we connect with God, and we must take action. And so, Reverend Deborah, new?
Continuing.
Okay.
The Oneness Prayer Circle, we had something like 17 people last week.
Yes.
We got some
Yes.
people praying here in addition to, of course, our chaplains. So the prayer is at 5:30. It goes till 6, and then you can go into the community meal, which will be soup, and that is from 6 to about 6:55, because then you will be going into the
Into the deep unknown.
Into the deep unknown. I was looking at that, the RSVP on the other slide, and it's really helpful if you let us know so that the people making the food have an idea of how much food to make. I just would like to point out that letting them know at 4 o'clock on Wednesday isn't exactly soon enough. Perhaps, like Wednesday morning or even Tuesday afternoon would be really good. Then the program is Faith in Action Wednesday Foreman with Reverend Rick and Peg. Sorrentino. They will be doing the week 2 conversation about that, and that starts at 7, goes to about 8:15. So join us for the Wednesday night program.
Yesterday was the Gently Used Treasures here. It was an incredible experience. An experience which netted us over $3,000, roughly over $3,400. I'd like to give, but what I would really like to give the money, thank you. But what's even more important, I think, is the volunteers, the spirit that all was done. I mean, this ministry truly would fall apart in a heartbeat if it were not for the volunteers and the loving spirit of the volunteers. And so it was a financial success. Thank you to Linda, and also thank you to Claudia. But more importantly, that I think it was a truly spiritual success. Thank you. And today, after the service, there's going to be another round table, which it's after at I think 1:15. This is looking. There's going to be a merger, or at least a vote about a possible merger. If you go to Unity Village, you find there's not one organization. There's Unity. Why should there, Unity? Why should there only be one organization? Unity World Headquarters, and also Unity Worldwide Ministries. The deal is for, as it were, not a merger so much as an acquisition. And there's been pro and con, it's been heated and everything else like that. I'm going to talk about this, what's going on there, which I think will have a major impact on the direction of the unity movement. It will have implications for SLC, and quite frankly, it will have implications for your spiritual walk. So come there, let me share on that. Love to get your opinions on that. Also, if you go back and look at the history of the church, you will see that one of the things they were so known for in the 1st and 2nd centuries was the love feast after the service. And we have such wonderful fellowship in the courtyard. But one of the things we need are food. Well, we have the people, food, folks, and fun. The food part we could use more of. So please, when you come here, bring a snack, bring something, or bring a donation or whatever to get more food. But the food part, quite frankly, is also important. And I love it how so many people here. It's not a stampede out the door. It's going to the courtyard for that fellowship. And which I think is so, so important.
And when you walk out there and you look at that table with all those good little treats on it, you're going to go, bingo! I had a lot of time to think. So the trick-or-treat bingo is on Friday, October 24th, and those of you who are regular bingoists, you know what the drill is. You'll go out there and you'll sign up for it, either online or at the hub. And they've extended it. It's now 2 hours instead of an hour and a half by popular request. So, and if you haven't come to bingo, try it. It is a lovely time. People just have an absolute blast. And of course, it's another fundraiser for SLC. So see you at the trick-or-treat bingo.
New members, we don't, we're not push about membership, but it is important. And if you are new to SLC or you've been around here for a while and are considering perhaps becoming a member and want to know more about membership, we are having a meeting next week from 1 to 2 p.m. It will be in the annex
chapel.
It's in the chapel or meet by Zoom. The Zoom link is on the website. So again, more information about what it would mean to become a member, and we'd love to see you then.
Okay, and the community action team is gearing up to do a few things this year, and one of the things they're doing is they're going to be collecting towels for tail waggers. It's a tail waggers collection, and they're going to be, so their intention is to do the Bradshaw shelter, but if they have a lot of towels, they can do the SPCA and the Front Street shelter. So there's a table out there today, and they'll start collecting for the next 2 weeks, the 19th and the 26th. So bring the towels. Are you coming up here?
Can I do it from here?
Do it from there.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I don't have a clever segue, so I'm just going to say, even though I had plenty of time to think about it. I want to just remind you or let you know that our wonderful songbird, Larry, is going to be holding a session, 2 sessions, actually, this Thursday, the 16th, and also again the following Thursday on the 23rd. This will be from 6 o'clock to 7:30. This is just an opportunity to come and explore your voice, learn about your singing voice, have fun, learn a song, learn how to learn some exercises to make your voice more sweet, and then perhaps maybe consider joining the choir. That's one of the objectives that we have also. We are putting the choir together for candlelight service. So the idea is that you'll learn some exercises, learn how to expand your range, learn what your range is if you don't know. We'd love to know too. And then we will learn a song and then potentially put that song on the platform on a Sunday. So that should be fun. We would love for you to join this effort, and Larry is presenting this on a love offering basis. So please join 6 to 7:30 this Thursday and the following Thursday.
We are very fortunate to have Daniel Thomas as our vice president of the board. He's done a wonderful, wonderful job, and he's here today with a board update.
Good morning. Good morning. As you know, my name is Daniel Thomas, and I'm your new vice president of the board of trustees. Cool. Thank you. I am very grateful to have the opportunity to serve this community. I am new to the board and have been a member of SLC for over 20 years. The community has been instrumental for me in my spiritual growth and as an individual, as a community member in Sacramento. I met both my best friends here, Karen and Walter, but I was only allowed to marry one of them. I did. As a board of trustees, our main responsibility is the financial well-being of the church and to grow membership. That's our lane. Some of you may have noticed that Mike or I have been greeting folks out at the gate at the 11 o'clock service. I feel this is very important in growing our membership and making connection, being seen, and sharing love. I invite anyone to join me at the gate in the morning if you're so inclined. The first thing I'd like to report on is that we have a strategic planning meeting set for Tuesday with Rick. We're going to focus on the roundtable feedback that you guys have graciously provided. We'll be looking at the 4-quadrant analysis. What are our strengths, weaknesses, challenges, and opportunities? One of which is we need to get a clear vision of our budget and our financial decisions. More on that in a minute. Secondly, our beloved board member Monica and others attended a philanthropy summit hosted by the Sacramento Regional Community Foundation. They connected with a number of people that Monica's worked with over the last, 10 or 20 years or so, including the former owner of the Kings. We're looking for potential donors to make the city on a hill shine brighter than ever before. Thank you, Monica, and those who attended. Third, we're in the process. Thank you. We're in the process of reviewing our bylaws to see what needs to be changed. Many thanks to George and Sally for working on this. The edited bylaws will be presented during our January community meeting. Back to the budget. It's pretty challenging to have a budget without knowing what we have coming in month to month exactly. And all we can do is look at what we had last year and make decisions based on that. I want to report that not only our attendance is up, but so is our giving. Thank you very much. Our vision is to invest in our future as a city on a hill that grows and flourishes well into 2026. I'm not here to ask you to do anything different than you're already doing, although electronic giving gives us a clear picture of what our financial future looks like. So if you could commit to a set amount for the next year, let us know. We'll continue to have faith in God, Great Spirit, Goddess, and know that all is well. Let's see, I lost my place. I invite all of you to continue to partner with us here in SLC, as many of you are, and some of us just love to be loved here. I know I do. I have a daily quote by Charles Fillmore that has transformed my life personally, and I'd like to share it with you. And if we can get it up on the slide, there it is. If you're willing to join me, the inexhaustible resource of spirit is equal to every demand. There's no reality in lack. Abundance is here and now manifest. Keep coming back, it works. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel.
You're welcome.
And of course, there are many things that foster transformation here at Spiritual Life Center. And of course, one of the most important ones is our chaplains. And so you can always go out to the courtyard and find a chaplain. They wear the white stoles. They are happy to pray with you in times of challenge and in times of celebration. And so go find one of them. And of course, you can also just go out to the courtyard and read the bulletin board, go over chat with the ladies at the hub, because there are so many different things. We have small groups and other things happening during the week. And you can also go to our website, and anything you could possibly want to know about SLC is on our website.
We come here for many different reasons, but one of them is for connection. So let's take a moment to greet each other in a way that we feel most comfortable.
Please stay standing for our group song, I've Got the Power. Here we go. Let there be light, our light shining in the presence and power of Spirit in me. Let there be light, our light shining in the presence and Spirit in me, let there be light. Our light shining in the presence and power of Spirit in me, let there be light. Our light shining in the presence and power of Spirit in me, by cosmic design, audaciously fine, I align with my divine identity. So let there be light. Our light shining in the presence and power of Spirit in me, let there be light. Our light shining in the presence and power of Spirit in me, a pure heart and mind, intentions refine, I align with my divine identity. Let there be a light. Our light shining in the presence and power of Spirit in me, let there be light. Our light shining in the presence and power of Spirit in me, let there be light. Our light shining in the presence and power of Spirit in me, let there be light. Our light shining in the presence and power of Spirit in me. Yeah. All right, here we go. Ready? I got the power. Put your hands up. I got the power. Keep singing that, all right? I got the power. Yeah. I got the power. I got the power to live faithfully. I got the power to forgive and release. I got the power to breathe life into my dreams. To create reality. I got the power to compare and contrast. I got the power to erase my hurtful past. To choose a direction. I got the power to question my perception. I got the power to be stronger than before. I got the power to step through that open door. I got the power to honor all life. I got the power to be praised and harmonized. To break the chains of heaven. To shimmer and dazzle. I've got the power. So let there be light.
Thank you.
Well, our Faith in Action series is going strong with the home study groups, the talks on Sunday, Wednesday. But one of the things which we also do, which is so, I think, vital to it, is our artists. We have 2 artists. We do 2 chapters a week. Each one does a chapter. And boy, oh boy, last week the art was incredible, and I think it's going to be incredible again today. But one of the things which the artists have to do are also a written statement. And the written statements we're getting from the artists are just, I think, also as incredible as the artwork. The first one is from Reverend Paul Sanchez. Reverend Paul is facing a health challenge. We just see that healing spirit surrounding Reverend Paul and know that he will be back fully recovered very, very soon. Reverend Paul writes as follows. Lieberman's statement, quote, light emanates from the eyes, rendering sight as much a projective process as a receptive one, end of quote, a power we all have, but we may have forgotten. My art piece, Wikishan Wakan, reminds us of that gift. For example, we can be love and also project love. In the Lakota culture, the Wakasa Wakan is the holy man with unique vision. The word is sometimes translated as medicine man, but they are much more. These holy ones play a key role in leading spiritual rites, curing illness and preserving tribal history through their connection with the Great Spirit. They can harness the power of the Wakan, or sacred beings. With the spirit of the Wakan beings, they are able to communicate with other spirits through song and ceremony. They have the power to interpret visions, and they can speak in conversations with nature. They are the reminder that there is no separation between the physical world and the spiritual world. In this art piece, the holy man is gazing into the fire in ceremony. This is an invitation for us to look into his eyes, as Lieberman says, the windows of the soul. We may see an aging, wrinkled face, the exterior. We may also see a wise, compassionate eyes offering a message of hope, healing, and love. Wikasha Wakan gazes into the fire, the light, and we are the light. We look back and see ourselves. We are Wakan, the sacred light beings. We are all related. Wow. The second piece of art comes from Jackie Schultz's, looking at chapter 4 of Lieberman's book. And Jackie writes, chapter 4 of Luminous Life by Jacob Israel Lieberman is the intelligence of light. It explores the profound idea that life itself is a conscious guiding force. Lieberman invites us to consider that life is not random or mechanical, but inherently intelligent, constantly orchestrating events to support our growth, healing, and awakening. He emphasizes that this intelligence operates beyond the mind, often revealing itself through subtle cues like light, breath, and spontaneous insight. The author asks us to trust the intelligence of life. It knows what it's doing, and for us to align with its flows. It is a call to surrender, listen, and allow life to lead. When I see the rays of light coming through the clouds, I think of the extraordinary order that is our natural world, the precision that is inherent in how all things are arranged, and the connectedness we feel to each other, and the energy that is all around us. The rays of light breaking through the fading sun, the gentle waves beneath, and the land that is interlocked into one great flow. This, for me, is divine order. This is harmony, light, and love. The clarity, the precision, the extraordinary way that light breaks led me to this painting. Wow. Thank you to our artists, and thank you for all what people are doing for this Faith in Action series.
All right. Now let's settle into our seats. Drop into that beautiful heart space. Take a nice deep breath together. And let's speak aloud together our vision statement. Spiritual Life Center is a loving, vibrant family that welcomes home all people and accepts everyone, no exceptions. Weaving ancient spiritual traditions with emerging wisdom, we cultivate a spiritual deepening with the divine, each other, and our planet.
I am one with God. I know the truth. I am one with creation and one with you. There is no separation between all that is. I am
Let's take a deep breath in and slowly let it out. Let's take another deep breath in and slowly let it out. The psalmist says, "In thy light we see light. In thy light we see light." Maybe for you that light might be now memories of a sunrise, or light coming through the clouds, or light coming through stained glass windows, or light as you look into a crackling fire. But whether it is, as Reverend Paul talked about, a Wikasha Wakan, or as Jackie Schultz talked about, divine order, we gladly accept and project and turn to that light as we go into the silence. Dear Spirit, thank you for that light. In thy light we see light. Thank you for that divine spark inside of us, which is always shining. And for this and so much more, we say thank you and amen and amen.
As I open up to be
me help somebody flow through me.
To be somebody. Thank you, David. Thank you, Lorraine. Thank you for that lovely meditation, Reverend Rick. Well, last week, Reverend Rick got us started by laying down 4 concepts that we're going to be looking at over the next, well, I guess it's going to be 6 weeks now because we're in week 2. Or would it be 5? Never mind. Okay. The 4 concepts are the fundamental nature of life, dynamics of seeing or sensory perception, the joy of presence or flow, and the fact that we cannot force the flow. Now, all of these have been wandering through my mind this past week between the talk, meeting with an FIA group, and preparing for today. It's been more than just an intellectual rumination. It's actually been quite experiential and in some respects quite entertaining. Yeah, I know, here it comes. There's a gate where I live, and I have a handy-dandy remote with which to attempt to open the gate. And it just hasn't been working right for a very long time, and gentlemen, yes, I've checked the battery. But I found myself, and I would click, and I would move it around, trying to get it in the beam of the little, you can see the thingy right there. And I'd blink, and I'd click, and then, well, maybe it's the electronics that are in my windshield, and so I'm doing this, and eventually it would open. And I'm thinking, maybe I need a new remote. Well, sometime during this week, it occurred to me to try something different. I know, right? Let's do it differently. So instead of moving the remote all over the place, I just tried pointing it and holding the button down longer. And yep, it works every time. It doesn't matter where it's pointing. And it's still not the battery. So even when I'm not waving it in the air like a maniac, it works. Just calm down, hold the button down, and away we go. The realization of how hard I was working just to get a gate open really caught my attention. And of course, I laughed at myself. But it also got me to become more aware of where else I might be forcing things. In the dynamics of seeing department, I started to try to be aware of when I was looking at something and then thinking about something else. And boy, did that keep me busy. The most telling time was when I was driving up the freeway to Roseville. And at some point, I became hyper aware of how I might have my eyes on the car in front of me, and my mind was considering if I liked the song that was on the radio or which grocery store I was going to go to on the way home. And so I'd bring my mind back to what my eyes were looking at, but I could never hold it for very long. The mind would wander. And the most interesting part was that when I was in coherence, when I was looking at the cars and seeing everything was clearer and sharper. And it was a useful experience because I realized that I think I know what is going on around me. I mean, I was aware of the cars moving in and out of lanes and stuff like that. But when I focused and everything sharpened, I realized that I was really not nearly as well informed as I thought I was. Oops. The neat part was when I did bring my eyes and mind together, there was a kind of joy, a feeling of presence, even in just watching and being in traffic. And I suppose that was because I had released for a moment the sense of separation. I wasn't just one car making my way down the road. I was part of a whole energetic movement. And then I would unintentionally separate out again, in and out, in and out. It was a particularly helpful experience since I have always been a bit resistant to the word mindfulness. and I'm mindfulness, and I'm being a little, I've never liked the word mindfulness. It really feels like a teacher telling me to pay attention in class. Not that that was what I was like in school or anything. And it also, somehow the way it is often presented, it feels like an intellectual practice. But Lieberman comes along with a different vocabulary, and he's telling us the same thing, and he does use different words and examples. And they are words and examples that I can hear, that that resonate with me. And this is an aside, but it's an important one, I think. In the faith and action group that I was in this week, participants expressed frustration at understanding what Lieberman means by the word light. And we tossed that around for a while and concluded that the majority of us have a very specific idea what light is. It's that stuff coming out of these fixtures here and out of the sky. But light is invisible, so that becomes a bit confusing. And if that's the case for you and you want to find another word, energy, substance, or something else that resonates, that's okay. You don't have to stick with the word that we've given you. You know, we get very attached to our perception of what a word means. And it takes a bit for us to change that perception, which is also perfectly okay. I mean, it probably doesn't help that Lieberman says that photons have no mass, no weight, or electric charge, so they cannot be directly perceived. Okay. And we walk around perceiving what we call light, and we are made up of light, but we can never truly see light. So if you were feeling confused this week, it's okay. Quantum physics can break your brain. It really can. So what that means is, or what the question becomes is, how do we work with this? How do we even work with that? And so my first thought is to stop trying so hard to understand the physics and bring this to a level that we can perceive. Lieberman says that light guides us, and what we call light is really reflection. And light draws us in. Animals are probably more tuned to the guidance of light than we are, at least in a conscious way. You know, I once worked for a pet supply company, and we sold everything to pet stores except the animals. And we had a big warehouse. And one day there was this big commotion in the warehouse, and I went back there, and a bird had gotten into the warehouse, and it was, of course, panicking and flying all over the place. And the guys working back there were trying to help it by shooing it, which, of course, was not helping. And they're trying to shoo it in the right direction of the doors. And I don't know what came over me, but after watching for a bit, I just walked over and I turned off all the lights in the warehouse. And almost instantly, the bird headed for the doors, for the light, for freedom. Everybody was amazed, and honestly, it just seemed logical to me, and I guess I was guided by the light in my own way in that situation. And so one of the most important ideas in the book is that light does go both ways, too. We take in light, but we also emit light. And probably most of us sense that on an unconscious level, and we keep talking about, see, all of this is so unconscious and so invisible. You know, but we talk about the light in someone's eyes. That we can perceive. Or how someone glows. I had lunch with someone the other day, and for a moment there was just this absolute glow that came out of her. It was just an instant, and it was like an angel just sort of unfurled their wings inside her. It was amazing. But probably most of us don't feel very glowy a lot of the time. We certainly don't feel glowy all of the time. And yeah, we hear about people who can see auras and stuff, but we often chalk that up to just the woo-woo weirdo stuff. We'll get back to that. It's important for us to understand that we do emit light, because that understanding can remind us that we are not separate or alone. You're not walking around in your own bubble and not affecting anything outside yourself. You can call it energy or chi or any other name that works for you, because it's all the same thing. So if you found yourself struggling with the idea of light, maybe let go and find another way to relate to it. And I know this is a bit of a review for last week. In fact, at one point I went, I think I did the wrong chapters. But then I realized that we really need to maintain context throughout this whole week because of the way that book is put together. And so, yeah, I didn't do it wrong. So there. You know, and remember that light didn't name itself. We named it. So chances are light doesn't care what we call it. What matters is our relationship to light. What matters is that we develop an understanding of how we process light, or maybe how light processes us, or maybe how we process each other. Which takes us to the chapters this week. If you read chapter 3, you probably were really happy to learn that the whole theory of caloric intake has been proven wrong. Yay! Our bodies process what we eat, and what we eat turns back into light. Although it was probably light to begin with, but it turns back, and and the light nourishes us. And again, it's a two-way process. We are solar-powered beings and gain most of our energy from the sun. And this provides a good explanation for why some people really suffer in the winter when there is less sunlight. And it's because it's more than a psychological concern, it's a physiological one as well. It also doesn't explain why some of us absolutely thrive in the winter when there's less sun. So there's a lot we don't know. But our bodies know what they need, and they try to tell us, and sometimes we even listen. But becoming aware and very aware of the intelligence of life that is within us is one of the best things we can do for ourselves. I've mentioned before how fascinated I am by the fact that we start out as a cell, and then more cells grow, and while all of the cells have the same origin, one cell knows it's a heart cell, and one knows that it's a lung cell, and another knows it's a fingernail cell. How do they know that? In the very first paragraph of chapter 4, we read that Dr. Gary Greenberg states that every cell has a job. And that stopped Lieberman in his tracks. And he says what really struck him was not only does each cell have a job, but each of us has a job or a calling as well. And now when we say someone has a calling, we tend to think in terms of a big calling or a career. Called to teach, called to preach, called to heal, called to steal. Oh, sorry. It just rhymed. But what we are really called to do is be ourselves. And that means something to each one. It means something different to each one of us. Being yourself, living your purpose, is the most important, best, and hardest thing that you can do in life. That's because we are so distracted by the outer world. Our eyes and minds are focused in different directions. Lieberman talks about how he stopped looking and started seeing, and he calls on us to learn to do the same. And he also talks about how we receive the intelligence of life. Now, I found myself wanting to quibble here because to me, the intelligence of life is already here within us and as us, so receiving isn't the word I would choose. And then, so I might say accept or recognize the intelligence of life. But then I got to, well, I guess when you accept something, you receive more benefits from it than if it stays in your subconscious. So Lieberman wins. Lieberman makes it clear with this statement. When the light of God, the invisible light physicists refer to as the ground of reality, interacts with our inner light, the light of consciousness, we are instantaneously activated into a receptive state called presence, or coherent guidance, which naturally provides the next step in our life's journey. He goes on to explain that all living organisms emit a measurable low-intensity glow known as biophoton emission, and that reflects our state of wellness or illness. Remember that woo-woo aura stuff? It's real. Without this inner light, our intercellular communications and the biochemical reactions that they catalyze would not occur. And when it does occur, our inner light is in harmony with what we call the light of God. We hold on to our light longer. Our battery holds its charge longer. We all have our place in time. Everything, every being affects every other, which means that relationship is the most important and fundamental aspect of existence. When we think of relationships, we often think of the heart. And our hearts are more powerful and intelligent than we realize. We've always been so focused on the brain. But science has proven that the heart sends more signals to the brain than the brain sends to the heart. And the heart generates signals significantly. The signals that the heart sends to the brain, they significantly affect brain function. So this gives a whole different meaning to the saying, follow your heart. Because in a way, you're always following our hearts. We just haven't realized it. We are taught from an early age, well, from birth, to follow the rules and be a good boy or girl and be successful and don't bother anybody and just for heaven's sakes do what you're told. And that's why there are a gazillion follow your heart books on the market. It's also the reason I have a job. It's my it's my job to help you become aware of your inner light so you can truly follow your heart by recognizing and accepting the inner light that flows in through and out, in through you. What we are called to do is to be to the best of our ability, is recognize and accept or receive our inner light. That's all we're called to do. When that happens, we're in coherence. We're in coherence with the universe, and we are in the presence. The presence isn't some external being that comes to visit on Thursday mornings. It's a state of being. It's in this state of being, in the presence, that we lose our personality and know our oneness, experience our oneness. To quote Lieberman again, wisdom has no author. It moves through us anonymously. The intelligence of life effortlessly directs nature and all of its inhabitants. So, when we say let go and let God, we mean to say stop trying too hard, stop forcing things. But we often make a really big job out of the letting go part. And then we think again and we take it back. And then we give it to God again. And then maybe we take it back again. And if we keep at it, though, something happens. And with enough practice, we drop into our heart and we truly let go. And then we forget to take it back. Make no mistake, it takes most of us a lot of practice to find our inner light, and even more practice to stay in that presence. Our inner light is always here. It is the essence of who we are. And even when we have had that presence experience, we still forget. And that's okay. Forgetting is part of being human. Fortunately, remembering is also part of being human. And with enough practice, we can learn to remember more often than we forget. And so it turns out that when we connect with the fundamental of nature of life through the dynamics of seeing, our enhanced sensory perception brings us into the presence, the joy of flow. And in that state, the state of presence, we are not even tempted to force anything or try too hard. And then we can walk through our day singing, I align with my identity, I got the power, and there is joy and peace in my heart.
Wow. Thank you, Reverend Deborah, for reminding us of the relationship with light on so many different levels and the goal of really truly being ourselves. One of the things we do with Faith in Action, it ties to a very ancient tradition called Lectio Divina, divine reading. We have an affirmation, which we say, then meditate, read it again, meditate, and then read it again 3 times. So let's start out. The intelligence of life effortlessly directs me. I follow my heart. I live my life. The intelligence of life effortlessly directs me. I follow my heart. I live my light. The intelligence of life effortlessly directs me. I follow my heart. I live my life. One of the wonderful things about Lectio Divina is when you do it 3 times, a lot of times something different each time will come surfacing to you. Next week, I'll be doing the message and have the next 2 chapters, and I get the lighting up your dreams. So we'll be going into that. Really looking forward to Ann Roach and Larry being here next week. Newcomers, if you are watching us online, you can go to slcworld.org, click on the connect button and fill out the card. This will let you know that let us know that you are watching us, and we can keep up with you and help you on your spiritual walk. For those of you newcomers who are here in person today, in a moment, I'm going to ask if you would raise your hands. Not to embarrass you or anything else like that. We will give you a welcome card to fill out, and you can take it to the welcome table in the courtyard to receive a warm welcome and a special gift. So if you are here for the first time, could you please raise your hand? Are we all family? We're all family, so let's go on to that. You have an opportunity to help support the Spiritual Life Center. You can text SLC Love to 44321 or go to our website and click on the donate button. You can also, snail mail still works, a little slower, but it still works to send here. And if you're online, to spread our consciousness, it's really important because of how the algorithms and everything work. Click, like, comment, share, subscribe. It will get this message out to even more folks. And now, let's say our offertory blessing. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I circulate. Thank you, God.
Creator of all lights, I have spoken over the night, calling me out of the shadows into the life of love. Giver of all grace, I can hear you calling my name. It is your presence that brings me into the light of your love. Shine your light in my heart, like a fire lights up the dark. Shine your light in my heart. Shadows shift, running away from me. Creator of all lights, you have spoken over the night, calling me out of the shadows and into the life of your love. So shine your light in my heart, like a fire light up the dark. Shine your light in my heart. Shadows shift, running away from me. Shine
Thank you for the prayers in our prayer box and for the prayers that remain on the heart. Help all to know your healing power of joy, of wisdom, and of love. Thank you for all the investments that are made into this ministry of time, treasure, and talent. And particularly now, given what happened yesterday, we remember the power and importance of volunteers. Thank you for this abundance. And for this and so much more, we say thank you and amen and amen. And we say that wonderful prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, I am, and all is well. And we sing that wonderful peace song.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator. Family, all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. Let this be the moment. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. Take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let it begin with me.
There'll be more music here, and then join us out in the courtyard for a wonderful fellowship.
Thank